Welcome to the Childcare Genius Podcast, the world's leading authority on childcare marketing, mindset, expansion, and profitability. Our host, Brian Duprey, is the world's most sought-after childcare coach, having helped tens of thousands of childcare owners from around the globe take their business to the next level. Let's welcome to the Childcare Genius Podcast, our host, Brian Duprey.
Hello, and thank you for tuning in to the Childcare Genius Podcast. Today, I'm your host, Brian Duprey, and today we're going to talk marketing. We're going to talk a little bit about curb appeal today. What does your business look like from the curb? This curb appeal is so important in a business. But yeah, I've got a couple locations in my schools that are off the beaten path. One of them's in a business park that's kind of off the beaten path. Another one's kind of not a dead end road, but it's a road not many people travel it. So you got to be a little creative in your marketing. But curb appeal is always important. We're going to talk a little bit about that today. So what does your center look like from the road? Can your sign be read at the speed limit? I've probably been to more schools than any other childcare provider in the country. I've been to hundreds and hundreds of schools, touring them as part of my job. I do site visits for our schools. I've done mystery shops. And sometimes when I'm on vacation, I pop into childcare centers just so I could see the way other people do and learn from that. But anyway, I've seen some crappy signs that people kind of make themselves, small lettering and too much lettering. So when you're driving by at 20, 30 miles or wherever the speed limit is from your school, it's impossible to read your sign because there's just too much on it. And some of you have been fancy with the way you name your school. Johnson Academy. Okay. Nothing in Johnson Academy tells me you're a childcare center. Sally's Early Learning Center. Okay, better, but Early Learning Center, early learning, what is that? Is that a tutoring school? It's not obvious what that is. And when you see Bob's Daycare and Preschool, pretty obvious what that is. But when we got away from the term childcare or daycare in the name of our school, we thought we'd be fancy. But actually, we've actually done a disservice because people get confused and they don't know exactly that you're a childcare center. Putting academy in there's a lot of high schools with the word academy in. So they're not going to always guarantee in there. So make sure if you have the word academy or early learning or learning center in there, you make sure you have the word childcare, daycare, preschool in big letters, standalone on your sign. So people know when they go by what you are, because they're not going to automatically assume you're a childcare center just because you have Sally's Learning Academy outside. They're not going to assume you're a daycare center. Okay. So very important is no assumptions. Make sure that they can read your sign while doing the speed limit. And if they can't, you need to have some banner signs or something, those little flag wavers that say now enrolling, or childcare, or preschool. There's one at Amazon sells like $35 now enrolling. It like flaps with the wind. You can get one of those little funny men that go up and down. Just be creative, but have something that draws attention to your sign. And remember, if your sign's on a sign with other signs, more than likely people aren't going to see it. So you need to get some of those ones down by the road or banner signs and move them around because people get used to things. They don't see them anymore. Just think, when you drive down the road, how many signs do you ever observe and see? You probably will drive down, get a coffee, and come back and not remember one sign you saw. Well, guess what? People aren't remembering your sign either. You have to draw attention to it. Put some balloons on it. Put something that can wave and draw attention to it. That'll help. You can once in a while, if you're struggling with enrollment, get somebody to stand during busy times of year and the busy times of the day. I'll give an example. January and August are busy enrollment months. Get somebody standing by your road, maybe dressed up as a cartoon character, rent a costume or something with a childcare now enrolling sign. That would, number one, do two things. It would tell people that you have openings, and number two, it would bring them to the awareness there's a childcare center in that building, which they might not know of. Don't assume. Just remember, what even if you've been to a place for 20 years, doesn't mean that people know that you're there. There could be people moving in the area who drive by that just don't know. Um, you could also bring the kids out, have them sit in the grass, the preschoolers, and wave to cars going by. That's a good way to draw attention to the school. Just make sure they're properly supervised, very important, and away from the road. Just anything that could draw attention. I saw another company, they would park their vans, their childcare vans, which had their branding on it, right on the not on the sidewalk, but on the grass in their front yard. And that kind of drew attention because a car in grass is not something you normally see, but it drew attention to the branding of the childcare center on the side of the van. So again, the more visibility, the more eyes you can lay on it. Marketing is all about repetition. So make sure you draw attention to your school. When they see your school, do they see chipping paint? Does it look dated? Is it outdated? When they walk into your school, is you have fresh branding? Does it look good? So, those first impressions are very darn important. So make sure that you have a good lasting impression. Your sign is decent. People know what you are. And sooner or later, you're going to get full real quick if you do some of the things that we suggest in here. If we can help you with your marketing or your branding and help you become better at what you do to fill your school, please reach out and get on my calendar and talk to somebody on my team. Go to childcaregenius.com, go to the marketing services tab, and select I'd like to inquire now. And you'll get on the calendar of either me or one of my team, and we will talk to you about marketing, how we could help you fill your school. Let's get full in 2025, have a great year, make gobs of money, make a difference in the world, and have a lot of fun. And this is Brian Duprey, Childcare Genius, signing off. We will see you again next week for another episode of the Childcare Genius Marketing.
Thank you for listening to the Childcare Genius Podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please do us a favor and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a future episode. Don't forget to visit our website at childcaregenius.com to see a list of services we offer to help grow your childcare business. Until next time, thank you for being a part of the Childcare Genius community.